Valkyrie, this is Reaper 2-1. Eyes on friendly package, Reggie 7468. Grid coordinate November, Golf 274-9er-86. He's in the 416 FFA world.
Reaper 2-1, did you say word 416?
Affirmative. Package appears to be in a Max F 3-man top.
He doesn't know how to 5-tick his Scythe. Do you have any idea what could happen? We have to pull him out of there!
Valkyrie, closest available unit is Gnome Glider, Al-Kharid. Please advise.
They won't make it. We're too late.
The raid's been going so well. I have my new Scythe and my 2 new friends. I can't wait to do Xarpus. Oh, it's starting.
Whoa, wait, stop, hold it, stop. What the fuck? Did you just 5.3 tick your Scythe?
I guess.
What
How
the fuck is
dare
wrong with you,
you?
piece of shit?
You're everything wrong
I
with this
know you
fucking
voted
game.
yes to sailing. Go back to Reddit,
You're
you dickhead.
literally grieving
My
me
parents
right
got
now,
divorced
dude.
because of you. You're ruining my life.
Sound familiar? Well, I hope not. But either way, I'm here to help you out. As people transition out of blowpiping Xarpus, they typically begin to scythe walk by learning the so-called 5.3 tick attack cycle. As its name implies, this cycle changes your scythe from its standard 5-tick attack speed to effectively becoming a 5.3 tick weapon by nulling every 4th attack in order to stay in cycle with Xarpus and avoid deadly amounts of acid damage. But what about taking this to the next level? A staple in speedruns at all scales involves returning your scythe to its former glory and its 5-tick attack speed by carefully ragging selected tiles with acid that can be reused throughout P2 and without griefing your team's corners for P3. So what does that look like? Well, let's see if we can spot the difference between these 2 clips. To spot the key difference, pay attention to the 4th scythe attack in both of the cycles. The 5.3 ticker will null their 4th scythe attack and stand there, and the 5 ticker will path to the ragged tile and re-rag it with poison as he swings. If you're intimately familiar with the 5.3 tick cycle, feel free to skip ahead to the next section. But because a high level of comfort in 5.3 is prerequisite to a good 5 tick, I'm going to go over it here in more detail, as well as some methods to get yourself into cycle while you're starting out and learning. So because the transition from 5.3 to 5 ticking involves changing our null attack in the cycle into a rag and hit, we need to know how to identify that point in our cycle. So let's learn how to tell if you are on Scythe 1, 2, or 3. In order to do this, pay attention to your Scythe's position relative to you and Xarpus. As you go in for Scythe 1, you should see your Scythe swing as you run up to Xarpus' model. Scythe 2 occurs when you swing as you've already reached Xarpus' model. And on Scythe 3, you will see your Scythe swing as you pull away from Xarpus back towards the rag tiles. Directly after Scythe 3 in our cycle will be our null attack, where we will just run up, stand there, do nothing, and resume the cycle again at the very beginning at Scythe 1. Recognizing when your null attack is coming and making use of it to purposefully rag tiles and get an extra attack is what will allow you to transition from the 5.3 to the 5-tick cycle. If you're at the start of your scythe walking journey and you're particularly struggling with getting yourself into cycle as the room begins, I will present to you a method here that will allow you to get into cycle 100% consistently. You will lose some ticks at the start of the fight, but it can be used as a stable starting point and learning tool to get more practice with the 5.3 tick cycle every time you run a raid. A standard way to start the room for all roles, especially while people are learning, is to be sending 2 defense-reducing special attacks. So we will use that as an anchor point to begin this method and auto ourselves into cycle. Begin with your first special attack as soon as Xarpus wakes up and return to the back row of tiles. As soon as Xarpus looks at you or your teammates and changes direction, you will send your second special attack and move back to the back row of tiles again. Equip your Scythe, Red X Xarpus to drag yourself back in, and this will put you at the null in your attack cycle, meaning as you step back and attack her, you will be on Scythe 1 of your attack cycle, and the room can play out from here. Let's see what that looks like in real time. A nice way to ease your transition into 5 ticking is to start out the room 5.3 ticking in a way that you're comfortable and familiar with, and then, after you finish the cycle with a null attack, transition then to 5 ticking, and that could look something like this. After a null attack, count to yourself Scythe 1, Scythe 2, Scythe 3, and instead of nulling, path to the center tile, attack and rag on your attack tick. You'll notice that in all of this footage, the high-pitched chirp of Xarpus' acid-spitting attack is occurring on the same tick that we are using to step back to the back row of tiles. You can use this as a point to anchor yourself in the cycle if when you try to transition to 5 ticking, you find yourself getting lost. Make sure that you wait until the tick that she chirps to click back on the back row of tiles to stay in cycle. Let's watch the same clip again with this in mind and see if it's helpful for you. Two additional things that can help cement you in this cycle are the attack timer and the visual metronome set to 5 ticks, as every 5 ticks you should be attacking Xarpus as your Scythe comes off cooldown. Let's take a look at that together. Pay special attention to the depleting yellow bar above my character model as well as the white text visual metronome. You can see that no matter where we are in our 5 tick Scythe walking cycle, I will always be getting an XP drop on 2, and I will also always be attacking Xarpus on the tick where the yellow depletes fully in my attack timer bar. If your practice has started to click and you're becoming a bit more advanced, you don't have to start the room by 5.3 ticking and then transitioning. You can start the room by 5 ticking directly. I will present a method here for entering the 5 tick cycle directly after sending 2 defense reducing special attacks, but this time with no tick loss. After your second defense reducing special attack comes off cooldown, You will be on Scythe 2 of your cycle. You can proceed from there to get Scythe 3, and then your rag hit before resetting the cycle. Let's take a look at what that looks like from a first-person view. I will immediately spec twice, and I will wait for my attack to come off cooldown and begin on Scythe 2 of my cycle. Scythe 3, and here is my rag hit. The cycle now resets, and I am in Scythe 1, Scythe 2, Scythe 3, and my rag hit. It might seem a bit silly, but I highly recommend narrating this cycle to yourself out loud like I'm doing here to get a very good sense of the timing. I will stress here that it doesn't matter how you path back towards your rag hit. The only thing that matters is that you're there on time and you're getting your attack off and ragging the tile that you intend to rag. Ideally, you'll avoid taking excess poison damage as you path around to kill ticks, but you can feel free to have some fun with it. At certain scales and for certain roles, you might be killing time at the start of the room with a scythe hit while you wait for hammers to land, for instance if you're responsible for landing a BGS. So let's look at a method for that player and where it would leave you in your attack cycle to start 5-ticking. 1 Scythe, 1 BGS will put me directly at Scythe 1 in our cycle. All the clips for this video were shot in entry mode top just by myself. This is by far the best way for you to get practice with this method. To avoid doing too much damage to Xarpus and just killing her instantly, I like making use of the weapon swap plugin to change a bronze pickaxe that I bring into the raid with me to look like my scythe to get a better feel for things. You can set it up the way that I have on screen here now, and this can be done for any 5-tick weapon that you have. Remember that you can parcel this up into many bite-sized, small improvements and learn it in steps. Learn the 5.3 tick attack cycle super well. Once you're there, throw in a 5-tick attack cycle after the null attack of your previous 5.3 cycle. If you fuck it up or you get lost, just click back on the spit sound and reset yourself to try again. Once you're getting comfy 5-ticking from a transition, try to start the room 5-ticking using one of the 2 setups after the default specs that I presented here. And once all of that is second nature, just fuck around and have some fun with it. I always know I'm getting comfortable with something in this game when I can blast some music and do it at the same time. I encourage you to give it a try as well. Thanks for being here and stick with it, you got this.